Tom, great to see you. Of course, you co-founded Siebel Systems long ago, kind of sold that to Oracle. You've been in tech and in Silicon Valley a while, since the mid-'80s. You've seen a lot of crises. Tell us now, how is tech weathering this one? How long-lasting do you expect the effects to be, both to startups and to larger companies?
Oh, I think this will be a very significantly deleterious economic event. In fact, it's not an economic event; it's a biological event with enormous deleterious economic consequences. So I would expect to see the long tail of this in high tech be quite substantial, with basically any company that's not in a position to generate cash. We can see that they'll be in a lot of trouble and likely out of business because there will be no sources of capital.
So how many companies do you expect that to be in terms of share of the market?
Well, I've seen this a few times in recessions after 2000, in 1989, when we ride up and down Silicon Valley and all the buildings are transparent and unemployment is very high and commercial real estate is very cheap. And I expect that we're going to see a clearing of the market again. And so I would expect that, 5 to 8 out of 10 of these software companies that we've seen swirling around in the last 7 years will likely be out of business.
Wow. .com bust all over again, sounds like. Now, I want to talk about what your company is doing to try to combat this in partnership with Microsoft and some research institutions. Tell me what you think you'll be able to accomplish and how soon.
There's 3 efforts that we're involved in at C3.ai. Number one, we're working with a number of medical equipment manufacturers around the world to use AI in an application called stochastic optimization of the supply chain to maximize production and delivery of ventilators, CPAP machines, and patient monitors. Secondly, last week we announced a formation of the Digital Transformation Institute with Microsoft, University of Illinois, Berkeley, MIT, Princeton, Carnegie Mellon, University of Chicago. This is almost a $400 million effort to aggregate some of the best research minds on the planet. And the initial initiative is to fund advanced research as it relates to the control of COVID-19 and pandemic. And then this week we announced our third initiative in this area, that next week we'll be publishing a C3.ai COVID-19 data lake that will be available to the world at no cost. This is a unified federated image that consists of 24 of the largest and most important data sets related to COVID infection, CT scans, X-rays, epidemiology, and we'll be publishing that unified federated image in 2 tranches, one on April 13th and secondly on May 15th as a free resource to the world to hopefully, accelerate research on this important matter.
Well, we'll certainly be looking for that, Tom. In the meantime, there's been a lot of focus on the accelerated timelines right now for vaccines, for potential treatments of COVID, the role that the cutting of regulatory red tape is playing in that process, for example. But what is the role that technology, whether it's artificial intelligence or some of the other capabilities that have emerged in recent years, are playing in terms of being able to move some of the research and some of the innovations along more quickly right now?
Well, I think we're going to see, for example, the finest research institutions in the United States, marshaling their efforts now in this Digital Transformation Institute that we put together in partnership with Microsoft. And they'll be using advanced AI techniques in AI precision medicine to be able to predict the growth of the disease, to be able to prevent the spread of the disease. We'll see genome-specific medical protocols. I mean, AI plays a big role. But for AI, in a period of less than 3 weeks, we were able to aggregate basically the world's largest corpus of data and research data, epidemiological data related to COVID-19 into a unified federated image with a knowledge graph that we can make available to the world at no cost. But for AI, that would be impossible.
Tom, finally, I wonder, going big picture again, you started off talking about the impact of this. I want to go back there. How do you expect this crisis to shift the demand for new technology? What does get funded? I mean, you're a billionaire. You've got money to invest. What are the sorts of problems after this that you're going to be putting your money toward?
Well, we're very focused on AI and how that affects digital transformation. There's no question that what's going on with this event globally accelerates the digital transformation of all industries. This is going to change the way that we do business forever. But I think that what is incumbent upon most companies as it relates to high-tech companies in the next year or 2 years is candidly just to survive. Now at C3.ai, we're a cash neutral, cash positive business that's very well financed, so we're in good shape. But we're in great shape. But for the other 9 out of 10 information technology companies that are out there, it's going to be tough. We've seen this before. I think these market clearing events are ultimately healthy events, but there's going to be a lot of pain between now and the end of this, and it's going to be really unfortunate.
We certainly are starting to feel that for sure. Tom Siebel.